Life is not a debate. You should not always be walking around trying to make people agree with your opinions. It is not a debate. That is not your job description. Why do you always feel pressure to justify yourself, to explain yourself, always defending? What is that fight about? There are some people that I really believe should zip their mouth. And this even goes to you. You don't always have to explain yourself. I've been in situations where I was right, I was correct. I was trying to explain myself so much that at some point I was just rambling and rambling and rambling, and I felt like a fool. You don't want that for yourself. Like, it is an unpopular opinion, but sometimes silence is the better and the best response you can give. Sometimes it's just okay to like be silent. It's okay for somebody not to agree with you. Just protect your peace of mind. Really? Wait, what? Welcome back again to Leading with Glory. This is a platform where young people are made to be leaders that God can trust and that men will want to follow. And today we're aborting a very hot topic. Like, I'm really into this topic. And it is the topic of self-advocacy versus over-explaining. When is it wise to advocate for yourself versus when is it wise to just shut up and not try to explain? What are the benefits of advocating for yourself? And what are the benefits of just staying quiet sometimes? So how did I stumble upon this topic? A few days ago, I attended a conference, and at a conference, a panelist was speaking. She said that she went to a grocery store with a friend of hers. And in that grocery store, the cashier made a remark that was kind of racist in a way, and her friend didn't say anything. So she turned to her friend and was like, "Girl, did you just see what happened? We have to speak to this person. We have to make them explain to us why they said that comment is racist." And her friend just told her, "Girl, why do you always feel like need to fix everything?" And she said, "Woo!" And she said that at that time she realized that it really was not her job to try to fix the situation. It wasn't her job to try to argue with the person and make them understand that what they did was wrong. And as I was thinking about it, the theme that was just passing through my veins and my blood that was hitting me up was the idea of over-explaining. There are so many times in my life where I have felt like I needed to fix something. I needed to fix someone. I needed to fix myself or fix a situation. And today, if you've ever felt that way, I've come to tell you that you don't have to. It is not always your job. It really is not. What is over-explaining? Over-explaining is when you try to make the other person understand where you're coming from. Like, you may have a valid point or wrong point, and you are just trying as hard as possible to make them understand that you meant well, to understand your point of view, to agree with your point of view. You want them to reach like an aha moment where they are like, "I understand you, I agree with you." But at what cost? At what cost? I've written down here 4 things that I really feel like are important to note about why over-explaining is dangerous. The first thing is that over-explaining drains your energy. Yeah, you've ever been in a situation or a conversation with a friend where they say it is A and you're like, "It is B. I can prove to you. I read this article. I read this paper. It says it is B." And they're like, "No, I'm telling you it is A." And you keep hitting up. And it's like at some point, it's just like you finish the conversation. Whether or not they agree with you later, you are always feeling drained. Like, if they said, "Yes, I agree with you," oh, like, now I understand. You leave the conversation feeling drained. If they are like, "I don't understand, I don't agree with you, it is still my point that counts," you still leave the conversation feeling drained. So sometimes the choice of silence is wisdom. Like, sometimes choosing to close your mouth and just be like, "I think what I think, you think what you think, this is not the topic of the day, this is not what we're gonna do right now." By just doing that simple act, you are protecting your peace of mind, you are setting boundaries, and you are preserving your energy. There's someone who said that attention is worship. What you give attention to, in a way, you're worshiping it. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but in the same way, what you keep giving, feeding your attention towards is kind of getting power over you. So if you're in a nice conversation with a friend or with a random stranger, you are having a beautiful day, why succumb to the temptation of over explaining yourself so much that you lose your happiness, you lose your joy, you are now frustrated, you are now it is not worth it. You don't have to give an explanation of everything. Don't do that. You said something, they didn't understand, you meant well. It is not like the right moment to talk about it. It doesn't even feel like it is worth it talking about it. You might never see the person again. Just pass your road, I beg. You don't need to like put yourself towards that extreme pressure. It's not worth it. The second reason why sometimes it's best to just shut up is because you are trying to keep your peace of mind. People should not dictate how you go by your day. People should not dictate whether or not you are joyful or sad, happy or anxious. You should not wake up on a normal day feeling so happy and you step out and you allow somebody to put their frustration on you. See, you really cannot control what people dump on you. I think it's hard to control that, but you can control how you react and you can control what you take in or not. Like, there are some feedbacks that people sometimes give, there are some words that people sometimes say that it is really not because they like you, because they want to really help your life. It's just because they want to pull you down. And the same goes with over explaining. You just made a comment, you were like, oh, you look beautiful today, and the person realized, oh, so I don't look beautiful on other days. It is not your fight to fight, I beg. If that person woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you don't have the energy and the strength. Just preserve your peace of mind. I'm sorry, that was not what I meant to. And then they are still like, no, that is what I beg. Full stop. Just pass your way. That is boundary setting. Why? Because by not indulging into over explaining, you're actually doing self-contentment, which is respect for yourself. The other thing that I think is really important, why you should keep the silence sometimes, is to reinforce mutual respect. Sometimes people are just answering a question with a question, trying to trip you into falling into that argumentative state just because they are manipulative. They want to make you doubt yourself. And if you've ever been in this situation, then you realize that sometimes by trying to over explain something, you're trying to justify why you did something or argue about it or whatever. You are just explaining. By constantly doing it, at some point you realize that you are doubting yourself. You are second guessing yourself. Like, they ask you a question, you answer. They keep asking the same question. They are trying to trip you off. It is manipulation. So by actually saying no and restraining yourself from indulging into the over explanation phase, you're actually protecting what you believe in. I'm going to try to say that again. Sometimes people are manipulative and they are just looking to see you fall face flat. They are just looking, waiting for you to keep explaining and over explaining till you reach the point where you doubt what you are saying. They will make mean faces like, really? I doubt. Just so that you start doubting yourself and to control your thoughts. Sometimes saying no to over-explaining or to defending yourself is actually preserving what you believe in and preserving your self-esteem. And the last time I jotted down here is that it provides authority and certainty. It happened, they made a comment that is out of place, you didn't respond. The feedback they get just by that reaction is this person knows who they are confident in themselves, they don't need to stoop that low to respond to me. And if you always find yourself justifying yourself, you always find yourself arguing, defending, or explaining yourself, maybe it might be because you don't really know who you are yet. Think about that. Because I feel like if you knew who you were to a certain degree, you won't answer. Like, it's like a millionaire passing and someone saying you are too poor. You didn't eat yesterday. Do you think they would turn and be like, do you know who I am? Like, I have this. No. Sometimes over-explaining is just a proof that you don't know who you are yet. And if that's your case, then start looking go through a process of self-discovery, of self-knowledge. Try getting to know who are you, what are your values, what are your strengths, what's your identity, what's your what, what's your esteem. And once you get that to a certain level, you realize that the pressure of like responding to everybody is not always there. No. Somebody did something, now you come online to do another video to like say that they were wrong. No. At some point you realize that it's pointless, it's worthless. And if you know who you are, you wouldn't sacrifice your attention, your energy, your peace of mind, your respect for yourself to stoop so low to always respond. Now, there is a balance to this, which is the self-advocacy part. It is wise sometimes to be silent, but sometimes it is wise to speak up. There are moments in your life when you need to speak up, and if you do not speak up, you'll be taken advantage. They will take advantage of you if you don't speak up. That's the simplest way to put it. There are some times where you really need to talk. Open your mouth. Practice it with me. Or I need help. That is self-advocacy. Yeah. The first reason why you should be able to advocate for yourself is if you don't, nobody will. Nobody is there to advocate for yourself. Bro, I remember that there were moments where I was in school and we'll have a group project and we divided the project. And there was always a lander or a better person that will not do their own part of the assignment. They'll wait 2 days before. When we reunite, they will not be giving their own part of the assignment. Bro, if you stay quiet in that moment, you will do all the work and they'll get grades. So you better speak up for yourself. I will be like, I'm sorry, we divided the work. I'm not seeing your work. It seems like something is missing here. You better, you know, in a very polite way. But after I did that, they will understand that this is not the place where I will do the work and they will get the grade. So they put in their own part of the work. So if you don't communicate your needs, if you don't advocate for yourself, nobody else will do that. The second thing is that if you don't advocate for yourself, you might never get the resources or the help you need. I know it is hard to say I need help. For some people like me, it is really tough. Like to call a friend, to call somebody and be like, I'm going through a really bad time. I need help. I need prayer. I need these. I know it is hard. But try a little bit changing your perspective to understanding that actually by asking help, you are practicing self-help and you're practicing self-respect. Advocating for yourself goes beyond just asking people to give you things. Sometimes it goes to the point where you have to allow yourself to ask for help when you need it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. You might never get the resources and the support you need if you don't advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself is as simple and as difficult as it is, but learn how to say it. The most common way to advocate for yourself is to learn how to say no. Like no. I listened to a video where someone was like, if a friend of mine asks me to do something that I really hate, I'll tell them I'm sorry, but I cannot do it. And even though I know that it's harsh, in their head, they said that they'll be thinking of, I am preserving myself and preserving this person of all the resentment I will have for them if I do this thing that I hate. So by saying no, I'm actually not being selfish. I'm actually being selfless because I'm protecting myself, yes, but I'm protecting them and protecting our relationship. And I think that's a good way to think about it, really. Like, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I really, really wish I could, but I can't help you. I wish I could help you go through this path. I can't help you. I'm sorry. No, I think I'll just be praying in the back scene for you. Like, there's a way to say no. Just say no. You don't need to overload yourself. And I've realized that there is sometimes something that pushes us to always say yes to people. It's the savior syndrome. Like, you think you are Jesus. You think you are the savior of the world. You think that without you, they will not be able to live. Hey, you'll be shocked. When the resources you have all diminishes and finish, you realize that those people actually had a way to go through life without you. The savior syndrome is actually not you being selfless. It's you being selfish because you feel like if I help them, I'll get the recognition. I'll feel in my head like I'm the savior of their life. It is not your job to fix everything. It is not your job to fix everyone. It is not your job to fix the entire world. You will never be able to do that. So pick your battles carefully. Know what you want to fight and what you shouldn't even try to fight. So again, self-advocacy sometimes is saying no. Full stop. Another reason why self-advocacy is important is it forges in you confidence and agency. You know that if I need it, I'll be able to speak. And it comes across as, bro, this person knows what she's doing. So do not be afraid to lead with like self-advocacy when you need it. Whether it's in a job setting, whether it's in a professional setting, whether it is in a church setting, in a friendship, in a relationship. If it is your right and you are correct, you should make your right known. Yeah. Like my right is life. Nobody should come and tell me that I shouldn't be living. Because my life is my right. So I'm not afraid to request that I should be living to the fullest. And that is the same thing. What is your right? Can you advocate for your right? It is your right, so advocate for it. Demand it until it is put on the table for you. You've been working at that place for so long, no promotion. I understand. But if you feel like it is your right, at least ask for it. Like someone once said, I prefer other people to tell me no, but I will not tell no to myself first. You may ask for the promotion and they say no, but ask for it first. Let them be the one to say no. Don't say no to yourself. If there is a job, if there's a career, if there's something you want to try, do the thing. Request for it. Ask for the support. Like I've been in college, in university. Like sometimes there are funding that are available. I went with the rule. I will never tell myself no. I'll write the most compelling proposal as if my life depends on it. I will submit it. And the worst you can do is tell me no, but there's a probability. There are some chances that the person might actually say yes and give me that funding, or a partial yes and give me some of the funding. But the main important point here is I am not the one telling myself no. Let them tell me no. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't sabotage yourself out of good opportunities. Don't tell no to yourself. Don't deny yourself. Don't rob yourself of opportunities that might never come your way again. Ask for it. That's self-advocacy. And when you do that, people will not consider you as a fake person or as a weak person. Rather, they will think of you in a high regard because they will know you are authentic, you are confident, and you have agency. And your future self will reward you for doing that. The last thing that I really want to talk about is it reduces resentment. Advocate for yourself and demand for your right. Sometimes you really want something. If you know you're at a point that you really want something, that you really want it, just ask for it. Because the more you put a weight on it, the more you put pause or the more you delay it, the more resentment grows in your heart. And resentment is not a good thing. So I don't need to elaborate on that. Just say that you need it. Just open your mouth and speak. But this is the last point that I'm making today. There is a category of people that I hate. Those are the people that are self-entitled. Like entitlement mentality. We don't owe you anything. The world doesn't owe you anything. The government may owe you something, but I'll prefer that you put in your mind that the government doesn't owe you anything. Like there is such a thing as self-entitlement. Like people who have not produced the efforts, they have not produced the background work, they don't even deserve it by meritocracy, but they just come and demand for things. Guys, let us be honest. Self-entitlement is one of the worst quality a person can have. It stings. Like, I hate being around a person that is self-entitled because they just rob you of the joy. They just rob you of like peace of mind. Like, it frustrates me. So if you're one of them, please, I dey beg, hear me out. Please, drop it. It will not serve you. You haven't done effort. You haven't done your homework. You are not the best graduate. Yet you go on a job and you demand a salary that even the best of the best is not having. Who do you think you are? I know that I say identity, but sometimes you need to kind of ask yourself, who do I think I am? If you were the person hiring you, will you give yourself that salary? With that year of experience, if you were the person taking you into consideration to like take you in or to help you out, will you help yourself out? Because an uncle said they will pay your school fees, now they cannot have rest again. You must bug them at every time. Why? There is such a thing as an entitlement mentality. It stings and it repels helpers from your life. I should just say it and I'll just pause there. So today we talked about over-explaining. You don't need to over-explain. Put boundaries. Be self-contained. You made your point clear. If it is what explaining, then it should be leading to a resolution. It should be leading to a peaceful conversation. But if it is heated, if it is somebody you'll never see again, then I'll fall into the trap of like indulging yourself into over-explaining, over-defending yourself, overly trying to argue or to make the other person understand your point of view. Oftentimes it's not needed. It will just drain your energy. The second thing we talked about is self-advocacy. Sometimes silence is accepting defeat. So there are times that you should speak up. And when those moments arrive, speak up. Use your voice to speak up. Speak up for the things that you need. Speak up for the things that matter. If you need something, speak up. It helps you avoid resentment and it builds capacity in you. And the last thing we talked about are those people that are self-entitled. And I'll say it again. If you are self-entitled, please drop it. Drop the entitlement mentality. Nobody owes you anything. Like, I don't owe you. I don't owe you. And if you think of it, maybe your parents don't owe you. And a lot of things people do for us are out of grace and out of the abundance of their heart. And yes, sometimes they must do it by law. And sometimes they are constrained by like promises they made, responsibilities they said they would take on. But do not be deceived. You should never feel entitled to the help of someone. Never feel entitled to their help. Never feel entitled to them helping you out. Never feel entitled to you receiving something from them. If you are entitled, that is the beginning of a huge decay. And that's the end of Leading with Glory. Have a great day.